Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chain. So today we got a bunch of stuff to cover in the market. Got some good, got some bad. Want to talk about a bunch of different things from, not too much here with the alt buy signal, I'll get into in a minute, but lots of meme coins and utility projects, little things about this market overall over the last few days, because a literal day in crypto is like 2 weeks, I swear. So let's jump into it. So, I saw a tweet about altcoins and where they are sitting currently in comparison to like how far we are into this current cycle. You know, and as you can see, back in the last cycle, when Bitcoin was down here, alts are already way up here. And they came all the way back down when Bitcoin started to really have a run, and then they picked up right after. But as you can see, it's way different in this current cycle too. But as of right now, this green line, basically buy a house or sell your house. These are like the metrics for AK is it time to get into altcoins, or is it time where you should be selling them, right? Where Bitcoin is very close to the top of this. But we got the altcoin indicator, which is this green. Well, I don't even know what kind of green that is. Navy green? Is that even a color? I think navy is blue. I don't know what I'm talking about. This green, anyway, army green is what I meant to say. We are sitting well under this sell your house range area, which again, you should not be selling a house to jump into crypto. But this is showing that alts are probably at the lowest, or not probably, they're at the lowest they've been. I don't even know if this is ever, or it just means they're in an insanely good accumulation range or area. If you believe that going forward we will go up, well into new highs at some point, which I firmly believe that at some point we will. But this is just one simple indicator. I feel like I cover some Dune stuff. It's fairly often on the channel, on and off. But this dude, Crypto Choreo, has a lot of great indicators. Great stuff that you can look at least 30 plus different, charts, signals type stuff for general market indicators on Dune here. So you can kind of go to his profile, check that stuff. But bottom line is kind of an indicator for, like I said, alts just being at very, very low levels in comparison to especially where Bitcoin currently is. And personally, I take that as a bullish, very bullish. But, at the same time, we're still just kind of in this downward range for Bitcoin, right? So that's what I wanted to cover with this. Seems to be pretty bullish for altcoins, as we have been correcting for a long time. So we had Vivek kind of covered. I'm not going to really play this, but we just seen some crazy stuff come out of these tax. Oh yeah, I'm not even going to cover it, but this was kind of wild to hear. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up. I had this up because I was going to play it, but yeah, just taxing on unrealized capital gains, that was pretty crazy, to be honest. But, I don't know how that's going to really play out going forward, especially from here. And especially for anyone that, is in the market, stuff like that. Kind of wild to hear that was actually a thing, even though it was not for the everyday person, mainly with people who have a lot of capital, right? But even for them to be selling massive chunks, it could be a lot of business owners, major businesses, they got to sell major majority shares of stocks and stuff. Like, you can only imagine what that would actually do to a market, right? Some of the main CEOs of these multi-billion-dollar companies, right, got to sell their shares and stuff. I don't know. To me, it's definitely not the best thing by any means, not even close. But outside of that, we had Kraken list Mog. So shout out to Mog, because I want to pull that up right now. So you see Kraken Mogs. But Mog is, I feel like it's finally in a very good accumulation area slash range. We're just under 400 million in market cap. You know, we literally ran up all the way to about 800 something, I think almost 900 million up here. So it's down about 60% now from where it was before. And to me, it looks great. Mog looks like it's in a great area for accumulation, you know. And I know a lot of people too. A lot of people literally gauge their buys and sells on like a single trend line, you know. And people think, you know, maybe this trend line is breaking. But guys, it lies in the strength of the community, right? Like this coin has just been long-term up only. It's been down. You know, it came down for over a month. 2 months was correcting here. Finally came back up. Same thing. Probably going to bounce. Maybe it comes down. Bounces again. Might have another double bounce like move here. But again, my thesis still hasn't changed all the way from when I first started DCing into this well in 2023. You know, same exact thing. Might bounce, come back up, and eventually it's going to have another rally. You know, I look at Mog and then Popcat as well very similarly as far as market cap, mind share on their respected chains, right? But obviously Popcat's a little bit higher in market cap right now. But you know, I think they are going to play out very similarly. And that's the wrong pool. You know, and Popcat's the same way. You know, it's been up and down almost. I don't know if it actually hit a billion. It was very close. It is back down, obviously. But like I said, I think Mog and Popcat on their respected chains are going to be the next just real long-term, you know, gem meme coins that will end up going over $1 billion. You know, and again, I've on the channel I haven't been, you know, the most prominent fan of Popcat. Again, not for any reason, you know, because it's always just been like a little battle between Popcat and Mog, but no, you know, it's like I respect both of them 100%. You know, at the same time, like I said, I feel like if you're betting on Popcat, it's also a bet on Mog at the same time, right? Because they're both very similar in mind share, market cap. And like I said, they just continue to have very bullish charts even after they correct. Look, this was a 70% correction from here. We had the same exact, literally the same setup. Like, look at this. We had a pump up, almost like a double bounce. We had a double top. You know, looks like it was gonna bounce. It continued its bullish trend. Had a little sell off, broke underneath this trend line, and then what? Rallied again. Another, you know, push. Bounced here. Looked like it was gonna be bullish. Broke its trend line, and then pushed again. You know, and then here, obviously, again, this has all been in the midst of this chop too, for the last few months. You know, same thing with Mog. You know, they both have been holding up very well. But that's kind of what I wanted to cover, because I just think too Mog continues to get exchange listings as well, which is really good. This is why I also believe too, you know, if you're looking at certain meme coins, that's why I think community is just the most important thing that you got to focus on long term with really any meme coin. You know, because initially, you know, if you didn't know what Mog was and you saw it, you know, you wouldn't think, oh, well, this coin's never going anywhere, right? But, you know, the people that saw the community, they saw the vision of the coin early. You know, it didn't have any exchange listings all the way back here, right? But until it started to move and a lot of people started to get familiar with the coin and seeing how insane the community is, right? It just drives volume, drives attention. And then what does that also drive? It just drives literal exchange listings, right? So like I said, I think community and basically Twitter sentiment, you know, very similar, really do drive the main factor / source for exchange listings and growth for meme coins. Because again, meme coins are a lot different than utility. With utility coins, you have something to base it off of. But with memes, all you're basing it off is community. That's kind of why they are how they are, right? That's also why they have absolutely crazy corrections, and their charts are just way more volatile than a lot of utility projects, right? But like I said, MOG is a top conviction. That's not going to change anytime soon. But I do want to just cover a few other things too, because we got Tap Protocol. Like I said in my previous video, or I think 1 or 2 videos ago, I'm very bullish on Tap, very bullish on Track. But Track has now had 3. Yeah, because they're on round 4 now. They've had 3 validator sales, which I think it's going to be pretty good to see once pretty much all of them sell out in due time. Because this is going to be taking a lot of these tokens out of circulation, which, again, that's bullish for the token itself, and very bullish for anyone that has, or is actually, gets one of these licenses. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. As like I said, I'm still very bullish on Track long term. I don't think anything's going to change with that. They're still killing it. Team is still delivering. And Tap is upcoming. Tap is going to, have kind of a ton of newer, innovative, native L1 use cases. Kind of just like how we got Opponet, which is apparently coming at some point soon. We got Fractal coming. I feel like we're just, like I said in my other video, we're at almost like a Bitcoin DeFi 2.0, in a sense where we're getting a lot of real use cases really starting to come to fruition now in this space. Where literally a year and a half ago, this was all a full out experimental thing that, people didn't even know what was going to come out of it, right? But I think just this market correction over the last few months has kind of reset everything. And now, again, we got all these newer native L1 meta protocols and Bitcoin L2s, launching, popping up left and right. And, they're just working on real innovative stuff now. It's not just, projects, promising this and that. They're actually going to have things and use cases available for, projects that want to build on top of them, right? So another coin I do want to bring up today. So I do want to talk about a few others as well. But we got Inu. So this coin initially, I've been watching this at least for 3 weeks now. But I'm actually very bullish on this token. So this is Inu on Sol. It is another dog coin. And personally, I have not been the most bullish on dog coins going forward. But we're seeing this right now, 2.4 million in market cap. In my opinion, I would not follow this line here. It's at some point, it's all going to depend on Sol, ETH, Bitcoin, really making another run, right? I'll say that every single video. It's very important that you guys know that, because many will try to just buy into coins and they'll think it's going to go up in 2 days, which, that is the thing with my channel, is I will not show you a coin to get it to pump that literal hour so you can make a 2-3x off of like a YouTube video. I do not do that. Most of the coins, if not all the coins I talk about on the channel, I try to give you guys long-term solid coins, even if they're low in market cap, where you could just buy it, hold it, and ride it out, see how it plays out over time. Because like I said, I try to develop conviction at any market cap, and just where coins look like they're very undervalued. That's where I try to bring, value to you guys on this channel. But I've been talking about Inu now for a couple weeks now in Discord as well. Initially started to jump into this, at the lows here, and I'm just going to continue to hold this. I think for this to even hit 10-20 million, when Solana really makes a new high and we see microcap meme coins across the board start to move, again, this is probably not going to just pump into new all-time highs right now in current market conditions, and while Solana still hasn't made new highs. Keep that in mind. But I do like this for what it is. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Please look at this stuff yourself, do your research. But I do like this coin, and I'm gonna show you guys why. You know, it really reminds me of Michi a lot. Very strong community, and the artist slash developer, whatever you want to call it. You know, I think they're just consistently dropping crazy art. You know, and I think it's just very memeable. You know, they're kind of working with other meme coins, which this is another one, Snoofy. This is kind of like the Reddit dog. This one's been kind of popping for a while, even though I think the chart's starting to come down. But you know, they're literally posting about Snoofy. It's literally mob coded too. It's crazy. But you can just see the art. They're dropping all the time. Just consistent art too. I think it's really cool. You know, there's not many meme coins that are developing this kind of art, this kind of stuff, at such low range of market cap. You know, and being as consistent as this, whether it's one person, multiple people. You know, over the span of, you know, whatever few weeks it's been out, maybe a month. Actually, let's see when it was launched. All the way in July. Yeah, so about 2 months almost. So I don't know. Inu to me looks very good for what it is. And, you know, as far as short term where I think it can go, it's probably going to come back down again. Why? Because there's really nothing to drive any sort of major long-term runs in the market right now. That is why market conditions, again, are so important right now. There's no actual catalyst to push anything, you know, further than a small 2 or 3x pump, guys. That's why it's very cautious. You got to be very cautious investing in stuff right now if you're not aiming to hold something for the span of time going into the next leg up, you know. But let's bring up a couple more here. Yeah, I pulled up Mog as well earlier. So this is I actually want to make another video separate on this. All right. So this is Uwu on Sol. So as you can see, if you guys ever saw my video about how I distinguish, you know, new launches as far as where they are in their cycle of their launch, you know, I look at it kind of in 3 phases here. Phase 1 is when we see them consistently, this is a 1 hour chart, consistently just make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. They continue to go up until they don't. And then from there, they just continue to drop. You know, it'll try to go up again, but almost every time it's going to fail. And then what does it do? Eventually they find a bottom. And again, when the bottom is in, it's usually when sentiment is a little bit more down as well. But we got Uwu sitting here. I think this is generally a good accumulation, which would be 0.00045. I mean, I guess you could say all the way up here, but 0.0007, somewhat in that range, which would be in between probably, what, in between maybe 7 million to 10 million in market cap. Seems like a good accumulation range for it. But that's also going to depend on if Sol is going to make a new high at some point soon, right? Because if it doesn't, then again, there's still going to be no catalyst to really push any coins into, you know, crazy levels, right? So we might just see this trend sideways. It might trend a little bit more down, but strictly for the idea that, you know, investors are just getting impatient. You know, they're not seeing their coins go up in a while. They're not seeing huge parabolic moves. You know, so it might just slowly trickle sideways, go down a little bit. Until when? Until Sol rips again. So keep this stuff in mind. It's very important that you guys understand this. But I'm gonna make a video I think tomorrow talking about a lot of utility coins and things like that, because I know I am covering a lot of memes as well. But we also got Kobe. This has been a very, very prominent coin, at least on my timeline that I've seen. Lots of people are talking about Kobe, and I actually posted about it yesterday. Kobe is currently going to continue to drop, in my opinion, all the way back down to the support level, which is right around 1 million in market cap. I almost guarantee it is going to go back down there. I give it about maybe another week max. I'd say by, yeah, maybe, no, honestly, maybe September 2nd, September 3rd, it might eventually hit this bottom. It's probably going to continue to go down. It'll hit, maybe it goes under, and then it's going to have a recovery bounce at some point. Maybe not this late. Maybe this just goes down here, comes up. We'll have a recovery bounce, sit down again, until maybe Solana makes the move, into $200 or something, in September 18th to late September, right? Then we'd probably see this coin continue to rip because the community is very strong. And we also got Lock-In and Aura, which I covered on the channel, I believe, somewhat recently. Again, Lock-In still looks great, still consolidating in that range. Same exact thing, guys. If you guys see these charts, you don't really understand it. Almost every single meme coin just follows this general idea. They'll always have like a hype, continuous hype moves into an accumulation, or I'm sorry, hype moves into an exhaustion, into then an accumulation. And that's all you gotta watch for. But actually, Lock-In's undergone this entire move twice now. If we do zoom in, this was actually a right here was kind of a picture perfect run of it too. This technically would consist of the hype phase as well. You can just see consistent higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, until when it doesn't make a new high here. What does it do? Instead, it ends up dropping, tries again, drops low. So this would be considered its exhaustion into what? Small accumulation for literally a few days until what? Until its next major leg up, right? But the reason I've considered this whole run as its main hype phase is, because it's consistently making higher time frame, higher highs and higher lows. So still looks good though. I think it's gonna range here for a while before we see another leg up. Also in meme coin news, we got 6ix9ine. Dude ended up dropping another coin, bro. Like, I swear these celebs just they literally just don't get it. I don't know why they all drop coins. All they have to do is just join the crypto space. You don't have to launch your own token, because 95% of them are not going to go anywhere. And it's literally right here. I haven't even looked at the charts. Let's see what it is. If this chart looks bullish, I'll be shocked. Okay, maybe not. But anyways, yeah, like I said, celebs need to just join crypto and just buy shit. They just gotta buy, strong communities and just bull post. Just become a literal bull poster on Twitter. They don't need to drop a coin because we all know how they go. But seeing that, I'm like, I had faith in him, but not anymore. That was major L. So outside of that, guys, those are some coins I was gonna pull up. I'm trying to think if there's another one or two as far as meme coins right now that I've been watching. But obviously we got Retardio and Mumu. Still my top two meme coin convictions on Solana. Even though, again, yeah, 6ix9ine literally he's a 101 Retardio cousin, but I mean, bro, it's like you can't be dropping tokens like that. Like that just looks terrible in every aspect. But I don't know. I still really believe in this community. Really nothing's changed for me, but I mean after seeing, someone who literally reps that just do things like that, like that's to me that just throws a huge wrench in certain things. But again, I still continue to bull post them. I just love the community. I think it's still the most culturally driven community on Solana, hands down, and I still don't think that's going to change anytime soon. But like I said, it's basically going to be a patience game still for this market right now. Been in shop for a long time, but I think just consistently being patient is going to be key, guys. So outside of that, that's kind of what I wanted to cover in this video today. Just drop some random info, random coins that I like. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.